Hello, everyone. Namaste. My name is Bill Austin, and I'm a spiritual healer, teacher, artist, and visionary living in St. Petersburg, Florida, in the United States. My main website is www.healingholograms.com. Healing is spelled physical body healing. Holograms is spelled HOLOGRAMS.com. This is a YouTube presentation to help for the healing of HIV/AIDS and also the healing for sexually transmitted diseases. Over the years, it's been my great privilege and fortune to know a lot of people who are HIV positive. A lot of them have been very good friends of mine, and a lot of them, sadly enough, are no longer on the planet. So this whole area is something that's really very near and dear to my heart. Anyway, a lot of the work I do is I include a lot of healing energies into the form of art. And I created 33 images to assist people in the field of HIV/AIDS and sexually transmitted diseases. When I was channeling or meditating and praying about what should be included on what the titles of them are, because the titles sort of set the intent for the energies that are encoded on each image, actually 21 of them were like universal healing images for things like clearing and healing the bloodstream, clearing and healing blocks to high level of energy, saying yes to life, choosing life, taking responsibility for health, that type of thing. And so these are really like, even if you do not have a sexually transmitted disease or AIDS or HIV negative, will probably never have the sexually transmitted disease or AIDS. These are universal healing images because there's a lot of common threads that are underlying any illness, disease, which is really just an imbalance or weakness, energetic weakness in the system that's gone on for a very long time. So I feel that like a lot of people can really benefit from these. You may want to go to my website, www.healingholograms.com, click on the link to the left called Bill's World Service, and then it'll bring up a list of all the different World Service things I do. And then on the bottom of that page, you'll see a link called HIV/AIDS / STD healing images. And when you click on that, it's sort of divided into two sections. It has the healing images for the universal healing images and an audio recording to help you with assimilate those transmissions. And it also has like a section for the HIV/AIDS sexually transmitted diseases images and a separate audio for those transmissions as well. So I tried to make it user friendly for people who may not have HIV or AIDS or sexually transmitted diseases, but may want to go to the just to get the universal healing ones. And one of them is energetic. One of the universal healing images is an energetic resistance to it increases your energetic immunization and resistance to getting a sexually transmitted disease or becoming HIV positive as well. So I encourage you to go to those sites and look at them. Okay, before I make the transmissions, I'm just going to set the intent that the Creator will bless, and the Holy Spirit Shekinah will bless, purify, sanctify, and cleanse this transmission. And I'm also setting the intent that all the transmissions will be offered to the highest level aspect of your monad, which is your soul with your soul, for full or partial acceptance or rejection. I'm also setting the intent that nothing from me, my mental body, my personality self, my ego, or my shadow self will come into this transmission or affect the energies encoded on this transmission in any way whatsoever. I'm just asking for a real clean, energetically pristine transmission. So that's just been set up on the inner planes by the Creator. Now, in a minute, I'm going to begin the transmissions. There are going to be two sets of transmissions. The first transmission, I'm going to just set the transmission to transmit to each of you, the soul of your souls, the highest level aspect of your monad, the energies that I encoded on the 21 images that are for universal healing. And so when I say the words beginning transmission in a minute, you just set the intent. You can go with it and say, I open to receive if you want to accept them. Or you can always say, Creator, no thank you, and you will not receive them. If you want to check out what specific energies are being transmitted, you can always go to the Healing Holograms website and then come back to the YouTube presentation. Okay, we're ready to begin. Again, this is a transmission of the energies encoded on the 21 images I created for universal healing. Transmission begins. Transmission ends. Some of you may have observed that little nod on my head when the transmission ended. That's just my signal from my guides that the transmission has been encoded into this YouTube presentation. Now, the next transmission is a transmission of 12, the 12 images I create specifically for HIV/AIDS or sexually transmitted diseases. And even if you do not have, you cannot be harmed by receiving this encodement, but you might choose not to do that if you feel that you are safe on sexually transmitted diseases and HIV/AIDS. Again, if you accept the transmissions, you will not be harmed from them, but many of you, it's not going to be relevant. But this is a very important transmission for people who are HIV positive, very important transmission for people in the gay community, and even in the Black community is perhaps one of the fastest growing areas in the United States, at least in terms of vulnerability to the HIV/AIDS virus. So we're going to begin transmitting those. Transmission begins. Transmission ends. That was a really special transmission, by the way. I felt the Divine Mother come in, the Holy Spirit, Shekinah, the angels, a lot of people, a lot of healing for people with HIV/AIDS and sexually transmitted diseases. I thank you all very much for participating in this transmission, which helps the planet to evolve as well. Namaste, and I look forward to connecting with you again on the inner planes.